Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. A blockbuster move made by the Eagles Friday as the team is trading their all-pro defensive end Hassan Reddick to the Jets. NFL media insiders Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo both reporting that the Eagles will receive a future conditional third-round pick from New York. In Miami, Rappaport reporting that the Dolphins have agreed to a new contract with running back Raheem Mostert. The new 2-year deal is reported to be worth over $9 million. Mostert had over 1,000 yards rushing and led the NFL with 21 touchdowns. The Jaguars announced that they have signed starting linebacker Oye Oluokun to a 4-year extension. NFL media insider Tom Pelissero is reporting that the deal is worth a total of $45 million with $22.5 guaranteed at signing. The Chiefs announced that they have signed Welsh rugby player Louis Rees-Zammit to a 3-year deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. We've helped over 30,000 families out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. If your timeshare agreement goes on forever, if you were told timeshares are a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, you have questions, we have the answers. At Wesley Financial Group, we're dedicated to helping timeshare owners get out of their financial nightmare. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call now for your free timeshare exit information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Imperial Valley AM 1230. Sorry about that, buddy. I cut off your last zero there. KXO Central, the best oldies on the radio. It is KXO time is 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. It is March the 30th, 2024, the day before Easter, which is why I'm here. I'm filling in for the folks. I want to take a couple extra days off, which also there's a holiday. There was a holiday on Friday and a California holiday on Monday. So at this point, this is where Carol would probably have some banter with Gene back there. But instead, I will read you some interesting things that I've found on the web. The Chinese man, a Chinese man, not the Chinese man, there are many Chinese men. A Chinese man regurgitates stream of water for nearly 6 minutes. A Chinese man drank 1.1 gallons of water and brought it back up to serve as a human fountain for a record-breaking 5 minutes, 51.88 seconds. Ma Hui, 35, downed the water and used his muscle control to regurgitate the liquid and spray a stream of water from his mouth to more than sextuple Ethiopian man Kirabal Yilmaz's record of 56.36 seconds. This is ridiculous. Guinness World Records said the rules for the longest time to spray water from the mouth category required the water from Hui's mouth to be spurted or sprayed with no dribbling allowed. The record attempt ends when the stream breaks or stops. The Guinness World Record said water spouting is a trick involving precise muscle control and has been performed since at least the 17th century. You know, we don't have any good water spoutists here in the United States. You know, that's probably something we need to work on. You know, we're getting left behind by the world. You know, where's our water? Where's our LeBron James water spouter? Anyway, an infamous wooden plank from the Titanic sold for over $700,000. Everybody knows this. They think it's a door, but it's not a door. A buyer shelled out $718,000 for one of the most controversial wooden planks in cinematic history, the door frame panel that saved Rose's life in the 1997 film Titanic. Heritage Auctions announced the ornate piece of wood sold as part of a Planet Hollywood movie memorabilia auction fetched the ship's sinking sum after numerous bids. The prop made from balsa wood was based on the most famous complete piece of debris salvaged from the real sinking of the Titanic in 1912. The auction house had said, often mistakenly referred to as a door, the ornate structure was in reality part of the door's frame just above the first-class lounge entrance. The item description read, it reads, it doesn't read, nothing can read except for a human. The iconic prop has caused much debate from fans, many of whom have argued that the floating wood panel would have supported Jack, or Leonardo DiCaprio, and Rose. They could have done both, making his fateful decision to stay in the fridge of water an empty gesture, the description states. In fact, I've seen a TV show to test if they both can stay. They both could have, with some balancing, they both could have stayed up there for at least enough time to save them both. Was that enough filler? I think so. I think we have some celebrity birthdays to talk about. talk about celebrity birthdays. My lovely mother, Bertie Mae Allison, turned 85 a couple days ago. She's a celebrity here in the Valley, I think so. Bertie Mae Allison, happy birthday to you at age of 85 on the 28th. But for today, March the 30th, Peter Marshall, TV personality, is 98. Actor John Astin is 94. Actor Warren Beatty is 87. Musician Eric Clapton is 79. Actor Paul Reiser is 68. Rapper MC Hammer is 62. Tracy Chapman is 60. Actor Ian Ziering from Beverly Hills 90210 is 60, really. TV host Piers Morgan is 59. The drummer from Danzig and Queens of the Stone Age, drummer Joey Castillo, he's 58. And so on and so forth. A lot of people have birthdays. I was telling my mother the other day that, of all the billions of people, there are only 365 days for one to have a birthday. So, of course, many people have the same birthday. Anyway, I will go back to you in a minute. I'm looking at my notes here, making sure I don't miss anything. And I think we're good to go. See you in a second.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight, and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
But it's time for some birthdays. Happy birthday, Angela Cortez, Lionel Santana, Anita Francesca Claveri, Cherish Nicole Martinez, Eric Madrid, Harrison Connor Thomas, Kuka Gomez, Helen Taylor. Helen Taylor. Helen Taylor. Sorry about that, Helen. Jackie Turner, Kristen Thomas, Lizzie Kay, Milo Dominguez, Norma Granados, Rosa Barcinas, Timothy Wyatt, Amelia Armenta, Heather Kern, Alberto Moreno, and Herlinda Ruiz. Happy birthday from all of us here at KXO. Sorry about that, Helen. I think I was trying to say Helen Keller. But Helen Taylor. Happy birthday, Helen. So we got a little more banter to do until 7:37. There's no one here, so I'm going to read another strange story I found on the web. A Cheshire English woman rescued what she believed to be an abandoned baby hedgehog and took it to a local animal hospital where veterinarians told her she had actually rescued the pom-pom from a beanie hat. That's right, a pom-pom from the beanie hat. The Lower Mosswood Nature Reserve and Wildlife Hospital said in Facebook post that the kind soul rescued what she thought was a very shy baby hedgehog and took it home. She brought it to the animal hospital the next day, concerned that it hadn't moved or pooped all night. Veterinarian Janet Klotzke told the Independent veterinarians, then informed the woman that she had actually rescued a piece of a hat. It looked like a hedgehog. She was an older lady, maybe 60s or 70s, well-spoken and well-meaning, Kotsky said. She said she could see something on the roadside that looked like a hedgehog. From a distance, she'd take it at face value. She didn't handle it at all. She scooped it up in a box with some cat food and left it alone in a warm, dark place. She did everything so well. She barely peeked at it because she didn't want to stress it out. The animal hospital praised the woman for her good intentions. Well done there, Cheshire English woman. Thinking a hat is an animal. You know what? Good intentions. What are you going to do? And also, a brain scan reveals dogs know which words stand for certain objects. Of course they do. It's well known that dogs can learn words for spoken commands like sit, stand, and heel. But a new study has found they also can tell their ball from their dolly, or their teddy, or their chewy, or their squeaky squeak, or whatever it is. Brain scans reveal that dogs generally know that certain words stand for certain objects. Researchers reported Friday in the Journal of Current Biology. Well, of course they do. I mean, if you've never been around a dog, they know the difference between ball and mommy. They do. For the study, researchers hooked 18 dogs up to an EEG to see how deep each canine's understanding of language runs. The dog owners would say words for toys that their dogs knew and then present objects to them, sometimes the matching toy, sometimes another object. For example, an owner would say, Zara, look, the ball, and then show them a ball. Brain recording results showed that patterns differed when dogs were offered a matching object versus a mismatched one in ways similar to what is seen in humans. This is solid evidence that they understand the words, researchers said. Well, good job, researchers. I'm very proud of you for letting us know that dogs understand some words. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm supposed to read a sponsor, but there is no sponsor, so I'm just going to do this quick little PSA. I'll be back in a moment.
If you're traveling for pleasure or business, don't forget you can take us along. Log on our website, kxoradio.com. News, weather, information you can use, kxoradio.com.
CBS News Brief, a warning that terrorists around the world may take inspiration from Tuesday's collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore.
U.S. Homeland Security and national security officials are trying to monitor intelligence to make sure that there are not copycat actors or that folks aren't taking lessons learned about the risks that critical infrastructure may be presented with.
Yes, national security contributor Sam Vinograd. Final preparations are underway to begin removing the wreckage of the bridge. Pope Francis was a last-minute no-show at last night's Good Friday observances, Vatican officials citing concern for the 87-year-old pontiff's health. And a United flight from Tel Aviv to Newark was diverted to Orange County, New York last night after hitting high winds and severe turbulence. Local emergency official Michael Bay.
We transported 7 to the local hospital for just some observation. No serious injuries or ailments, but most people just want to get checked out at the local emergency room.
The flight did originally take off again, but some passengers opted to take the bus. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
California headline news. Flood watches and winter storm warnings are being issued for this weekend by forecasters as another intense storm system moves through California. Rain remains in the forecast today and tomorrow. California energy regulators could soon vote to add a fixed monthly fee on power bills. Sacramento Municipal Utility District Board member Greg Fishman provides context if the California Public Utilities Commission decides to approve its fixed rate.
Some of our costs are fixed costs, and so we wanted to match at least a portion of the revenue we get to those fixed costs. That's why the CPUC is proposing the same thing for the investor-owned utilities.
The Southern California person who won $1.08 billion last summer in the Powerball has been revealed. She is Yanita Alvarez, and she bought that ticket at Las Palmitas Mini Market in downtown Los Angeles. Mike Salceda, California Headline News.
Women Breaking Barriers, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Jacqueline and Alexa Child created the dating app Dateability. Alexa describes why they built this app.
So it broke my heart, and I wanted to help make this safe space. You know, just people with disabilities make up the largest minority in the world, and so the fact that there wasn't anything like this that existed really blew my mind, and so I wanted to be part of the solution.
See why over 28 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at progressive.com.
Your health is important, so keep yourself and your family covered with Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal renewals will be happening soon. So if you have Medi-Cal, make sure you don't miss any important renewal information. If you've moved in the last 3 years, check and update your mailing address, email address, and phone number. Learn more at keepmedicalcoverage.org. That's keepmedicalcoverage.org. Paid for by the California Department of Healthcare Services.
Rio Valley AM 1230 Kxo El Centro. News time is 7:41. Page 1 of the local news is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire, and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Let's talk about some of the news. There are several Easter egg hunts going on because tomorrow, if you didn't know, is Easter Sunday. Calipatria holds their Easter egg hunt Friday night at 5 p.m. That will be followed by a movie in the park. Saturday, Cody's Closet will host an Easter egg hunt and more at Sunbeam Lake. It starts at 9:30 in the morning and will be open to children from ages 1 through 12. There will also be games, crafts, prizes, and more. Calexico Easter egg hunt will be held at Crummett Park. That's starting at 9 a.m. And at Pat Williams Park in Brawley, there will be a mini pancake breakfast. The Westmoreland Easter egg hunt has been added to their Spring in the Park event at Westmoreland Community Park starting at 11 a.m. An Easter egg hunt beginning at 9 a.m. And the first ever floating Easter egg hunt at the Aquatic Center in El Centro. Their event starts at noon. Floating eggs, interesting. Also, we have a county board of supervisors. They are holding a special meeting on Tuesday. Normally, the board does not meet following a holiday. Monday is a California holiday. That is by county ordinance. This will be a special meeting. It is a closed session to discuss anticipated litigation. The board convenes at 8:30 in the morning. They will take public comments before going into closed session. If any action is taken, it will be announced after the board comes out of the closed session. And the news time again is 7:43. I will be back after this.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
And for some more news, Monday, if you haven't noticed already, is a state and county holiday. It's Cesar Chavez Day on Monday. The holiday is not a national holiday. That means banks and other federal institutions will not be affected. The holiday is recognized by the county and the state. Imperial County offices, courts, and libraries will be closed for April 1st. State offices, including courts and the Department of Motor Vehicles, will also be closed on Monday. All county and state public offices and services will resume normal operations on Tuesday. Schools are in spring break. And also there was a Calexico woman arrested. A Calexico woman assaulted people at a bus stop. Police were called to the bus stop at 3rd and Pauline. They responded to a call of a fight. When they arrived, they found 2 injured people. Police determined that a woman was hitting a man with a rod. Another woman intervened, and the suspect began hitting her. Both victims suffered minor injuries. Police did not identify the suspect, but they did say the suspect has a history of run-ins with law enforcement. She was taken to county jail, charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. With 3 locations to serve you, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Be back after this.
The 72nd Yuma County Fair is coming, April 2nd through the 7th. Sponsored in part by Off the Charts. Where else can you see commercial exhibits, livestock shows and auction, craft and hobby displays, free entertainment, new strolling acts, and a new carnival? Only at the Yuma County Fair. New walkways, a new entrance, new pre-sale wristband tickets can be purchased through April 1st. Tickets are $7 for 12 and up, $5 for 6 to 11, and 5 and under are free. Visit yumafair.com for details.
Let's see, where are we at here? We're going to stay tuned. The local news, page 2, is brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday and a happy hour, 3 to 6 p.m. daily. So let's do some more news. We did that one already. The IID Board of Directors will have a meeting on Tuesday. The meeting opens to the public at 1 p.m. The meeting will begin with the presentation of service awards. Randon Bradfield, second-class petty officer from the NAF El Centro, the Air Force Base there, will provide AA representation. There's a double A there. Maybe that's a typo. Regarding efforts related to cleanup of illegal dumping at the Imperial Wetlands. On the action agenda, the board will be asked to acknowledge 2024 summer readiness update and approval of budget amendment to fuel and purchase power. They are also expected to approve the energy cost adjustment. The meeting will be held in Condit Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. And also, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Woman Haven is promoting Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The theme this year is Building Connected Communities. During the month, Woman Haven says, learn how to take steps to build connected communities and enhance your knowledge of sexual assault, harassment, and abuse. In addition, they invite you to explore how to create safe communities where everyone feels safe and supported. The public is asked to join Woman Haven in building connected communities that promote equity and respect, as connections to one another have an impact more significant than just ourselves. Building connected communities helps reduce the likelihood of sexual abuse, assault, and harassment in our communities. Any space where people come together is a community, whether in neighborhoods, workplaces, campuses, organizations, or even online spaces. Kxo News Time is 7:47. Be back after this moment.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? With specials on select appetizers, beer specials, and more. Ask about drink specials all day with $5 drinks like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Our weekday lunch specials include a soft drink from only $8 to $11. With tons of TVs, we've got you covered for any sport you want to watch. Burgers and Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer for the best burger in town.
Real Don AM 1230 Kxo El Centro. I think we're going to look at some weather now. I'm going to go ahead and play for you the pre-recorded thing I did earlier. According to the National Weather Service, active weather across the region will continue today and persist into early next week. Windy conditions will be the main impact today in association with a cold front. Rain chances remain for Sunday and Monday ahead of drying and warming conditions going into the middle of next week. What that means for us today is mostly sunny in the morning, then mostly cloudy with showers likely in the afternoon. Breezy. Highs around 74, southeast winds up to 20 miles per hour in the morning, becoming southwest up to 25 miles per hour in the afternoon. A chance of rain is 60%. Mostly cloudy with a chance of showers in the evening for tonight, then mostly clear after midnight. Breezy, lows around 50, west winds up to 25 miles per hour in the evening, becoming south up to 10 miles per hour after midnight. So it's starting to break down a little bit. A chance of rain is 30%. And for Easter Sunday, partly sunny with a chance of showers. Cooler, highs around 70, southeast winds up to 10 miles per hour in the morning, becoming southwest about 15 miles per hour in the afternoon. A chance of rain around 30%. And for Easter night, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers. Lows around 50. Northwest winds 15 miles per hour. A chance of rain is 20%. And that will go into Monday, where you'll have a chance of rain of 20% as well. Partly sunny, highs around 72. And by Monday night, that's all gone. It'll be clear, with lows around 55. It's been windy quite a bit. I'm kind of tired of the wind. It's been windy for almost an entire week. For right now in Yuma, you were feeling a 54-degree weather temperature there. Nyland is 55 degrees. Campo, I'll bring this to your attention, is 46 degrees. Now, there's a flood watch for Campo, but that's not the freeway. You know, the freeway's not going to flood out, but there's a flood watch for the city, our town of Campo. That starts at 7 a.m. and goes till about 6 p.m. Just keep in mind, if you are traveling over the mountain there, the weather is going to be kind of a bummer, I have to say. Right now, currently in El Centro, California, it is 53 degrees, the 60% humidity, and a slight breeze out of the south at 4 miles per hour. And for our air quality is pretty good. Pretty good. Local news page 2 and weather brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet your friends at Burgers and Beer. News time is 7:50. Be back after this moment.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
It's time for some sports. World Roundup brought to you by Pioneer Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Let's talk about the NBA first. So much greatness. This is in quotes. Brunson, 61. He scored 61 points. Can't conquer Wemby's 40 and 20. Elated at his first career 3-game win streak coming in dramatic overtime, Victor Wembanyama threw the basketball into the stands moments after the Spurs outlasted the Knicks 130-126 Friday night. A ball boy working the Knicks bench sprinted up to retrieve it from the fan who caught it because it was an instant valuable piece of memorabilia from an instant classic game. Wembanyama had a career high of 40 points to go with 20 rebounds and a duel with Knicks guard Jalen Brunson, who had 61 points, the second highest scoring game in Knicks history. Well, I tell you, everybody's scoring. There's no defense being played in the NBA. I don't know if you've been watching any NBA, but everybody's scoring 1,000 points a game. I've just witnessed so much greatness, and I want to be part of it. When Wembanyama said going against Brunson, the seventh player to score at least 60 in a game this season. That's kind of remarkable. And also, Houston falls to Duke after losing heart and soul Jamal Sheed. Calvin Sampson said there is no player in the country more valuable to his team than Jamal Sheed is to Houston. Sheed is the Big 12 Player of the Year, a first-team All-American, and Houston's best defender. Quote, he's the heart and soul of this team. We don't have another Jamal. He has the best player on the floor tonight. He's been the best player on the floor every game we've played this year. We got a 1 seed because of his leadership, his toughness, his ability to make everybody better. The Cougars, the top seed in the South region, played without Sheed for much of their Sweet 16 loss to fourth-seeded Duke. Well, apparently Duke didn't do much at all. It was just because Sheed wasn't on the floor. Sheed played 13 minutes in the first half and then scored 2 points before spraining his ankle. He didn't return to the game, watching the second half from the bench as Houston lost 54-51. Duke moves on to Sunday's Elite Eight game against North Carolina State. KXO Sports Time is 7:52. Be back after this.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Now, we're some more sports here. Talk about North Carolina State. They returned to the Elite Eight. They're paying homage to the 1983 squad. None of this year's NC State players were born in 1983 when the Wolfpack last went on their improbable run to the men's NCAA tournament championship, but they know the history. I'm fully aware, guard Casey Morsel said. We pay homage to that team and that group all throughout the year. Those guys have been valuable to us by coming back, giving us feedback, giving us different things that we could do to be better. So we definitely appreciate them, and we honor them just by going out and trying to win. This season's Wolfpack are becoming like the 1983 team, a seemingly unlikely team as an 11 seed to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament when it began. The Wolfpack moved into Sunday's Elite 8 South Regional game by beating second-seeded Marquette 67-58. They will play the Duke. It says. I think they're just Duke, which defeated Houston 54-51 later Friday. No mention of Valvano. That seems to be a shame. Jimmy V was the coach of that team, by the way. And that's too bad. Let's move on to some golf. Mistap in. Scheffler's run of under par rounds at 28. Scott Scheffler's streak of rounds under par came to a stunning end Friday when he missed a 22-inch bogey putt on the final hole of the Houston Open for even par 70. Scheffler, coming off consecutive victories in the Arnold Palmer Invitational and the Players' Championship, faced the tough afternoon wind at Memorial Park and still was poised to make it 29 straight rounds under par on the PGA Tour. That's amazing. But he hit into the water with a 7-iron on the par 5 16th hole and had to scramble for par. He got back to 2 under for his round with a superb approach to 4 feet to a 4-feet birdie on the 17th. And then this happened. Scheffler found a bunker right of the 18th green, nearly holed the sand shot. It hit the lip and settled about 6 feet away. The par putt rolled around the lip. He then stepped up to tap it in to break a record, only to catch the right lip and watch it spin away. The streak of 28 consecutive rounds under par was the longest on record since 1983, and he missed it because of a 2-foot putt. That is terrible. Let's see what we're doing here. We're doing more sports. We'll keep going here a little bit. We got some more sports for you here. Iowa's Caitlin Clark focused on Sweet 16, deflected Big 3 talk. Iowa women's basketball star Caitlin Clark doesn't have the potential of $5 million offer on her mind. Her thoughts are only on the Hawkeyes and their upcoming Sweet 16 opponent, Colorado. Clark's Hawkeyes are the number 1 seed in the Albany 2 region and face the number 5 seed Buffaloes at MVP Arena on Saturday. Iowa is hoping to make the Final Four for the second year in a row. Wednesday, Ice Cube confirmed via social media that Clark had been offered $5 million to play in his Big 3 league. Friday, at Iowa's news conference, Clark was asked about it. I found about the Big 3 thing the same exact time you all did, Clark said of the release of that information on social media. I honestly don't talk about those things with really anybody. I have other people that deal with it, and they haven't said a word to me about it. My main focus is on this team and helping us find a way to beat Colorado and hopefully win another one. You've been listening to Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare Center District. Log on to pmht.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Back after this.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Today's financial news is brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company that protects you, your home, business, or construction site 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So the stock market was closed on Friday, but the S&P ended at a record high Thursday to cap off its strongest first quarter in 5 years on Thursday. Initial filings for unemployment came in lower than expected for the week up to March 16th, and the latest GDP estimate for the fourth quarter came in at 3.4% year over year. U.S. stocks were little changed on Thursday, closing mixed to end as short week, though each of the 3 benchmark indexes capped off winning months and quarters. The benchmark S&P 500 closed at a record high, submitting its best first quarter since 2019 after climbing more than 10.7% in the 3-month stretch. That's fantastic. Initial unemployment filings for the week ended March 16th came in lower than expected at 210,000 versus the 211,000 expected by Dow Jones estimates. Meanwhile, the U.S. Department of Commerce said real gross domestic product climbed by a revised estimate of 3.4%. Jerome Powell will deliver remarks on Friday, and investors will also be watching for the release of February's personal consumption expenditures, the data, which is the central bank's preferred measure of inflation. The U.S. stock market will be closed on Good Friday. That was yesterday. Here's where U.S. index stood at the 4 p.m. closing bell on Tuesday. S&P 500 was up 0.11%. Dow Jones Industrial average at 39,807.37, up 0.12%. And Nasdaq Composite 16,379.46, down 0.12%. Okay, so news time 7:58. Be back after this.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
More business. The Baltimore Bridge collapse will put a dent in the city's 28 million ton coal exporting operation, the EIA says. The ship that crashed into a bridge in Baltimore this week is going to be a drag on the coal export market this year, the Energy Information Administration said in the new research. And the port is the second largest exporting hub of coal in the U.S., accounting for 28% of total coal exports in 2023. Are we still using coal? That's a lot of, I didn't even know we were using, of course we're using coal. I haven't seen coal in a long time, though, I have to say. This financial news update has been brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. And that's it for this 7 o'clock hour. We'll be back in about 20 seconds with CBS News.
Best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Wendy Gillette. Engineers are devising the best methods to remove debris after the Key Bridge collapsed earlier this week. CBS's Nicole Skanga is there.
A colossal crane capable of moving 1,000 tons, now poised to lift the wreckage of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. An estimated 2,000 to 3,000 tons of steel